This is a Megaminx. This is a Gigaminx. As you can see, this puzzle is 2 layers smaller than this one. Fair enough. But then this is often called a Kilominx, but it doesn't follow that same pattern. This is only 1 layer smaller than this one. But this puzzle was created and named long before this was even considered a feasible concept. So following the logic of these two, shouldn't this be a Kilominx? Also, this is a pure minx. What does minx even mean? What's up, guys? This is King Yakko, and welcome back to the 25 Days of Cubing. Today is day 25. That's right, it's Christmas Day, everybody. Hope you're all enjoying the holiday, having a fun time with your family, staying in your pajamas all day long. You know, Merry Christmas, everyone, in case I haven't said it already. But today we are doing the final day of the 25 days of cubing. And what better puzzle to top it off than with the largest puzzle that I own, the Gigaminx. This is to a Megaminx, right? As a 5x5 is to a 3x3. Yeah, I know. I have a lot of cubes on my desk today, but it's worth it just to demonstrate the just the sheer epicness of this puzzle. So if I remember correctly, I think I've only solved this puzzle like twice, and yeah, it's been a while since the last time I whipped this bad boy out. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure I solved it more than twice. Whatever, that's not important. What's important is it's been a while since I've whipped this bad boy out, and I mean, what better reason that I have to pull it out than for the 25 days of cubing, right? So yeah, I think that's been enough rambling on. Let's just go ahead and scramble this thing. It's the crazy part is this is even as big as they come. Excuse me. If I remember correctly, the largest variant of this is like the Examinx, which is like an 11x11 variant. I could be extremely wrong about that. I haven't been keeping up to date with all the cubing speed puzzle releases and such. But yeah, as you can see, this thing gets really scrambled really quickly. Looking like a mosaic modern art masterpiece or something. I think that made perfect sense, actually. Kind of reminds me of those like stained glass windows on churches. You know what I'm talking about? With all the different colors in the little blocks and such. Let's see. I feel like this is probably enough of a scramble already. I mean, I feel like we've reached that point where it doesn't matter how many more moves I do. It's not going to get any more or less difficult as a puzzle. Again, it's not really a difficult thing to solve. It's just more of a time-consuming thing. But yeah, so let's just go ahead and do this. So this is extremely similar to solving all the higher order puzzles. So I kind of want to build bars, so to speak, in on the centers. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the white center. We have that done already. And then let's go ahead and get a bar here. Well, I say we have that done already, not even close to being done. We have part of it done is what I meant to say. So let's see, we need this corner piece to come down here. And I am doing moves to preserve centers, but I don't think it's actually affecting anything. And we can go ahead and bring this piece up like that, and we need the last corner center, which should be around here somewhere. Hopefully, this puzzle is pretty it's not that old. It's maybe a year old actually, because I think I got this for Christmas, funnily enough. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. And there we go. That's our white center all done. So next we're gonna start on the surrounding centers. This one already has an edge piece in, so we'll go ahead and start doing that. There we go. We got our little thing. Yeah, I know, I'm being very descriptive here. But like I said, this part at this point in the series, it's less of here's how I solve it and more of do I remember how to solve this thing. And so far, the answer is yes, but there are some parts to the solve that are coming up that I can't guarantee I remember how to do. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, we're just gonna keep making bars and solving centers and having a good time. Let's see. We want this red edge center edge, something like that. One of those will stick, right? I'm sure it will. But do that, this, and then get back. Yeah, so if I remember correctly, the proper way to solve this is I solve these centers. So I follow, what is this? The first 6 centers. Then I actually start doing edge pairing, and I believe those edges will go around the bottom half. Then I'll solve the top 6 and then the rest of the edges, and then solve it like a Megaminx. And thankfully, this is an odd layer puzzle, so there is no parity. I don't even want to imagine what parity on a dodecahedron puzzle like this would look like. Alright, so we're starting on the blue center now. We'll go ahead and get another bar in. Like that. Now we do have to do preserving moves. Sure, I don't think that's the proper terminology for it, but that's what we're calling it today. Because we are professionals and we make up our own terminology. Let's see, those are 2 right there, so we'll go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that to pair that. Now we just need to get this last bar in. Again, gotta preserve the centers that we already have solved without screwing up what we don't. Gonna do that, and there we go. That's 3 centers done. We got 3 more to go. This is actually really helpful because now I can do this. And that gives us all of this that's already solved, just like that. From what was that, 4 moves? Easy money. So we'll go ahead and bring these pieces in here like that. And gotta rotate that in so we can do them just like that. We'll go ahead and bring this lone center, edge center over so that we can get it in. And then it's the last bar for that center anyway. Right, this should be, yeah, that's pretty simple. There we go. That's all paired up. Now we have to get this in somehow. You know, we'll work our magic. There we go. And then what, 2 centers left, at least for the first half. Right, there we go. That's that. Do we have any? Yes, that's what we're looking for. That center edge right there. We'll go ahead and rotate like this so we can get that in. We need that. There we go. There's the green that we're looking for. Go ahead and take that out from there. We can move it up here actually, so now we can more freely get it to where we want it. We want it here, so we'll go ahead and do this. Bring that down. And now we want to find the last pieces for the bar. For the last bar anyway. Let's see. Where's that? There we go. That's what we need. Bring that over here. Bring it in. And then we can do that. And now it's just the purple center left. Oh, and we're getting really lucky here with all the pieces just perfectly lining up for how we need them to. There we go. See, we already got a good amount of that center done. Now we can this piece in. That, and then that will go in like that. And then we just need our last bar. Yep, like that. We can pair those 2 up. And then this should be able to go in like that. And then that just slots in like that. And there we go. Those are our first 6 centers done. Yeah, the stickers on this are really small, so they peel extremely easy. I'm honestly surprised none have fallen off yet. But yeah, so now what we want to do is we want to solve these edges and then all the edges around here. I don't think we want these. Yeah, we don't want these edges in yet because we're going to be solving these centers. So that's what, 5, and then I think we're solving 10 edges total. It doesn't, I don't really count how many edges we're solving. I just use the visuals of the puzzle to tell me. And the reason why we're doing some edge pairing now, it's so that it makes things a little easier when we get to the later step and do the rest of the edge pairing, because for one thing, we don't have to worry about realigning these centers since they're not solved yet. And then on top of that, later when we do have all the edges solved, we only have to worry about things in this top half of the puzzle instead of the whole one. At least from what I understand, that's the logic behind solving it this way. Anyway, we're gonna look for more edges to pair. If I can find literally anything that matches, I'll take it. Let's see, okay, we do have two green and I call it cream because that's what it looks like. Cream and green, so we can do this. Now we just need to find that center edge. And I think this is also part of it, because imagine, actually I probably did literally just explain this, but like, imagine if we also had to, I don't need to do the edge flip algorithm here like at all, but oh well. But yeah, as I was saying, imagine if we had to like also look for edges down here at the bottom while the entire thing was solved. It would be pretty easy to lose your place that way. All right, so I see more that I can pair up here, so we'll go ahead and do that. That needs to flip so that this can come up like that. There we go, that pairs in. And then the great part about this is we don't have to worry about messing up the bottom centers because we're only working with the top here. Let's see, we can go ahead and rotate like that. So that'll give us a slot to put the last piece to this edge in when we find it. All right, there it is. There's going to be a lot of cuts in this video, I feel like. I'm actually going to have to edit this one. Although I'm sure I've had to edit a lot of the others as well. This is pre-recorded, so little sneak peek behind the scenes nonsense there. But let's see, red and white. Let's see if we can find any more of the red and white. Yeah, there we go. I can do this, right? Now when I bring that up, that pairs. No, that's the wrong, I was tracking the wrong piece, but that's fine. I can do this, do that. That will allow me to pair these two. And then the last piece, I just saw it over here, so we'll do that. Then this. Then we can pair those up. And now that goes in on the bottom there. We almost have a whole 5 edges. So let's see, let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. All right, I see 2 blue and white pieces, so we'll go ahead and get those ready, paired. Actually, we can pair this up like that and bring this up. That means this needs to flip over, so we'll go ahead and do that. And now there we go. There's our first 5 edges. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. So yeah, it is 10 edges to start off with. The more you know. Go ahead and bring that up. This so that this can insert like that. There we go. We got the purple and white. Now we just need one more purple and white to complete the edge. It's here. So now we do need to do some preserving moves so that we don't unsolve the edges that we have solved. If that makes sense. Go ahead and get that in like that. Go. I see 2 green and orange pieces, so we'll go ahead and set those up to be solved. See if we can find the center edge for that. There it is, right? Go ahead and do this. That means this needs to come up like that. Then this can go over here, and then this needs to flip over so we can not mess up our solve centers. That goes in like that. Then we can put that into the bottom half of the puzzle. Awesome. We are cruising. There we go. Green and white goes with green and white. We can do this. That'll match those two up. Go ahead and flip that over, then insert this so that we can slice over and solve the green and white. And then we should have, what, 2 more edges to go? Yeah. So let's see, what can we find? I see 2 green and red, and I see the center there. So let's see, I can rotate this in. That kind of works, except not really. It's one more. There we go. We can do this. Then we actually will do the edge flip here, just because it makes things a little easier. Go ahead and solve that. Or not solve, but place it in so on the bottom. And then let's see. Ooh, we have 2 cream and gray, so we'll just look for the last edge since these two are already paired for us so nicely. There it is. It's right here, so we'll go ahead and do that. There we go. So now we want this to go here, and that should be the last edge for our bottom half. So yep, we have the 5 on the bottom face, and then the other 5 in the bottom half of the puzzle. So now we'll go ahead and finish solving the center. Excuse me. Going to use a lot of the same principles that we were using before. So this one's already got some big progress on it. And again, so the reason why we only solved 10, because if we had these solved, then that would get interrupted by moves like this. So we don't want to, again, it's just to make things a little more efficient. We don't want to solve all the edges at once. We also don't want to solve all the centers at once, because it gives you more freedom to do, again, moves like that, where I'm not messing up something that's already solved. We'll go ahead and get this done. Run the light blue center in case you couldn't tell. All right, go ahead and do that. This one, and then we just need our final bar. We'll go ahead and do this. That will give us the bar that we need, and then we can go ahead and place that in. All right, that's already 2 centers all done and taken care of. So next we want, I don't really want to do opposite centers. So let's go ahead and get this pink one done. And so like if 2 centers are opposite, it's a lot harder to solve than if they're adjacent. So that's the only reason why I didn't solve that green one, even though it had like a lot of pieces already in place. That makes sense. So we'll go ahead and do that. This in. Hopefully, I don't know. We didn't solve the orange center. I'm almost certain of it. Because that would have been an opposite center. Yeah. We'll go ahead and this orange looks like it'll be easier to get more pieces in, so we'll go ahead and do that. Yep. And then this can come down like this. We can bring this up like that. This will go up like that. And now we have a bar that we can insert just like that. And now we're on to the last 2 centers. So we already have that done for us. That's pretty neat. We can rotate this like that. Yep, that's exactly what I was hoping you would do. We can then hide this, that, and then this should be, yep, that's it. Last 2 centers. All right, so now we have all the centers done. We just want to finish edge pairing. So now we are gonna do kind of like free slice. If you even remember that from what was it? Pretty much 5x5, 6x6, and 7x7. So what we're going to do is we're going to slice over, and we're not really going to worry about realigning the center, because unless we just happen to need to do that to solve an edge. But yeah, let's see, I have this green and blue here. Last piece is here, so we'll go ahead and slice that in. Actually, I think, do I need to? No, I don't need to realign the centers to solve this. Okay. Although okay, actually, no, I take it back. We are going to realign the centers because That makes it easier to bring new edge pieces in. Yeah, that's definitely a lot easier. We'll go ahead and put that there. Right, what's next? Looking for anything. Okay, these blue and yellows match up, so we'll go ahead and do this. Right, that needs to flip over like that. Looks like we accidentally brought an edge piece out. We'll have to keep that in mind, keep that on the top layer. This can edge flip like that, and then we should be able to... No, this needs to edge flip as well. Then this should be able to come over like that. You can take that edge out. There we go. Now we need to get these edge pieces back where they belong. So this can come down like that. And then this piece can go in here. So yeah, we do again, we do have to be mindful of edges that are already solved because we don't want to accidentally unsolve them. Go. That can flip over like that. We'll do the edge flip algorithm so that we can slice back. And then we'll look for the last piece. It's here, so we'll go ahead and do this. Slice over, take it out, slice back. And now this can go in here. Yep. We're not kicking out anything that's already been solved. Yep, perfect. So then next we will do this. Green and purple can get solved if we can find the last piece for it over here. And it's not connected to anything that's already solved, so that's even better. We'll go ahead and do that. Edge flip there. Flip there. Slice over to solve it, then take it out. Double slice to realign the centers, and then this piece can go here. So we'll go ahead and... Actually, we don't want to double slice there, apparently. I can go in just like that. There we go. Making good progress, good progress. Let's see. 2 red and creams. All right, we'll just have to find the third piece for that. It's right here. Awesome. So this can slice over like that. Edge flip. So we can slice back, and then we'll hide this and bring this up into the accessible layer so that can slice over. We solve that edge, take it out. Now we can put it in here. Just like that. Let's see, just double checking that nothing's being unsolved in the process. Let's actually move this edge over here. Okay, these two pieces are, yeah, those two pieces are paired. So we'll go ahead and move them up like that. Here's the last piece. So we'll go ahead and slice it over. Take it out so it doesn't get unsolved. And then we can... This. Almost. There we go. Let's see. We have what, 3 more edges to go for this next bit. Then we move on to putting the edges in the top layer. Right, so this can, we'll actually take this edge out and move it. That way this can come in, and we can do this to bring that down. Edge flip. And because this is in the top layer, we can save ourselves a few moves and insert it here. That when we slice back over, that solves. And then we can move that down, and now those 2 edges are in. Next we have green and blue. We'll go ahead and do this. Bring that in. That was brought in improperly, so we'll do an edge flip. That, another edge flip. And then one over here. That, get out. Double slice back to realign, and then go ahead and just flick that in like that. And then we have one more edge. I see 2 blue and grays. I'm not seeing the Gotta find the center. It's over here, so we can go ahead and slice over. Edge flip this. Edge flip this. Slice over again so that they're solved, and then double flick back. And then let's see, where's that last unsolved edge? Right here, so go ahead and rotate it up, insert it in, rotate back down. Now we can move on to solving the edge pieces, and we'll put them in the top layer now. So this one can come like this, can slice over like that. Take it out, slice back. Let's see what's next. This blue and purple can match up, so we'll go ahead and do that. Edge flip it, and then the last blue and purple's in the top layer, so we'll move it over here so that when we slice back, it solves both the edge and the centers at the same time. So we'll replace that with a junk edge. Two blue and red, so we'll find the center edge. It's right here. Put that into this layer. Slice over. Edge flip. And slice that over. Place with the chunk edge. Realign our centers. Orange and purple, so we'll actually, we can't rotate, or we can't do a double flick, so instead we'll edge flip, slice over. Place with the junk edge and slice back. This here, so we'll do that. Slice over, slice back, and let's see, this is the last edge to go into the top. All right, let's see if I can remember how to do this. I think what I want to do is, yeah, these are all solved, so I should be able to just double flick like that. Slice over, this is above here, so we can do this. Oh no, I can't do double flicks, that's right. Let's go ahead and do that back, because that will preserve this, because of this is a 5 faces. If I double flick, that will bring one of these edges into this layer, and that's not what we want. So instead I'll have to do lots and lots and lots of edge flip algorithms, but that's fine. So we'll go ahead and double flick over here with the edge flip, double flick back, and then what we want to do is edge flip this piece, right? Then we can move this over, flick again, back. Let's see. Right, go ahead and do this. This should be able to come over like that. I did not, okay. No, it's just this. I needed to edge flip this as well. And then this should be able to come over where this was at, like that, yep. And we can edge flip like that. Then when we double flick back, this will be solved, and we should have 2 edges left. Like I said, parity cannot occur on an odd layer puzzle like this, so we don't have to worry about that. Then we double flick over, and then this should be it. That's all the edges solved. Now we can solve it like a Megaminx. So let's see, we'll go ahead and do this. We can move that down, this down, so now that solves 4 of our star pieces. Then we just have this green one left. There we go, that's that all done. Now we can solve first 2 layers. So go ahead and bring this in. Go. Next we want, see, blue, red, and white. I think that's what we'll go for, unless I see, yeah, there we go. Let's see, is it this? No, it's this way. There we go, that's paired up. Now we just need to get it into its proper slot. Just like that. Let's see. Alright, we can do red and green over here. Purple and yellow. Other pieces over here. And then take that out and reinsert it properly. And then last but not least, blue and yellow, or blue and gold, however you want to see it. Goes in like that. No, I think that is, yeah, that's blue and yellow. It just looks gold because of this puzzle's weird color scheme. All right, so next we can do what I like to call the second two layers. So we're just essentially doing the same thing, but a layer higher. Let's see that. We pair this up. That kind of gives us, again, I don't know the proper term for this, but I kind of call them anchor points, and you just want to do that around the entire puzzle. So we need our red and pink, along with the red, pink, and blue corner, if I could find it. There it is. All right, so we just want to hide this corner like that. Feed it over, and then do this. That goes in just like that. And we want anything we can find, so that goes in. There we go. Now we need the green and cream over here. Forgot to take the edge piece out. That might be a little useful. This. Go, that's in. Let's see. Orange and green does not go anywhere. So instead, we'll take this blue and purple instead. That will go like that. When we want blue, purple, green corner over here. So we want to move this out of the way so we can bring this up. Then hide the purple, so that's like that. Go ahead and solve that in. And then this is the last one. All right. Green and yellow. We'll go ahead and put that edge in. And then perfect. That's lined up just the way we want it to be. That's not what we wanted, but you know what? We'll save it. And this should be able to go in like that without messing up that. Awesome. Now we can just essentially do F2L again. So we'll go ahead and do this because we want that to be able to move insert like that. This piece matches with that, so we'll go ahead and do this. That will allow me to solve this. Next we'll do this piece. I mean, that was the proper logic, but I did over the wrong center. There we go. And then lastly, we want this and this. All right. We'll set them up so that we can insert them. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Oh, wow. We skipped almost all of OLL, so we'll just go ahead and rotate the corners here. That. Then let's see. Do we have any edges that are... We have more than one? We do. And it's not those two, it should be these two, because this will rotate over here when we do the Y perm. So theoretically that should solve all of the edges. Yep, and now we just solve the corners, just like with the Megaminx. So that's green and orange. We want to go between the green and orange edges like that. Blue and cream will go between these two. And what that did was it took out our placeholder edge or corner, so we'll put that back in and swap with this. Then swap with that. And we rotate that, and there we go. That is the Gigaminx all solved. Looks like I do still remember how to solve this puzzle. But yeah, like that will conclude the 25 days of cubing. I hope you guys really enjoyed this series. It was a lot of fun to make. And yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone. But that'll be it for me. So if you like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, all that good stuff. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more high quality content like this in the future. That'll be it for me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.